Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 3 of Follow a Sketch February with Scrapping Reflections. And today's sketch was created exclusively for Basic Gray by Jana Eubank. And it has a lot of pictures and it's blocking, and I normally don't do a lot of these because I'm terrible with math. Don't tell my boss because I'm a bookkeeper. I'm terrible about getting things lined up and straight. So I am again documenting Christmas. I'm trying to get as much of it done as I can. And this is actually 2016 Christmas. I'm using Vicki Bouton's Evergreen and Holly, which I have only used, I think, on one of their layout. So I have quite a bit of stash still for this, which is fine by me. I used her older collection this year a lot, and so I did not use this very much at all. Some of it, not at all. So I have a few scraps from where I have used it once or twice, and I really want to try and use those. And some of my stash, but not all. I'm not trying to use it all up or anything. I am going to use this black cardstock, and I've already pulled a paper from the paper pad for my base. So I've got my papers, my scraps, my embellishments. I have 7 pictures and this sketch, so let's see how this goes. So first things first, I decided that I would take the sketch pretty literally. Where there is a black line, I felt like I should use black paper. I should have measured my paper before I taped it down, so I had to get a little finagly and get it trimmed up the right way, but that's fine. I'm pretty good at, fixing my boo-boos. So I just lay the pictures out where I want them to see if they're going to fit the way I want them to, and I can already tell there is a little bit of an issue with height on my pictures, so I'm going to work with that as I go. That middle row is going to be a little bit shorter in length. It needs to run almost exactly from right to left in the width, but I need it to be a little shorter in those pictures because it's of like a larger space and not people are easier for me to trim down. So that's why I decided I would just trim that instead of all of them getting trimmed. So I put the green paper at the bottom is a 3-inch paper. And then I cut these little red and little green papers 3 inches as well. They do get trimmed down some because the pictures, like I said, end up getting trimmed down. And because I was not accounting for the space I'd need for those little thin strips that are a 1/2 inch. You see them over there on the right side. And so I am trying to figure out exactly how much I need to trim off of these little pieces on the side. So I lay it down where I want it, upside down, of course, and I just draw a little line where the end of that green paper is so that I know how much I need to trim off for this to fit properly. So I put my pictures upside down because they're already they already have tape on the back. Let me get that out. And so then I place down this little piece of red paper and then flip my picture, and I'm leaving a very thin line of space between the pictures. I did not mat them. I love the way this layout turned out. Now there is no space between them from top to bottom. There is only space in between from in between the pictures and in between the little strips of paper and things, but not at the tops and bottoms of everything. And I'm okay with that. I'm not even paying attention to whether or not that was the way that the sketch looked or not. I was thrilled with the way it was, and it makes me very happy. Not matting pictures is a little weird because I've matted pictures forever. So I'm putting those down right there to see what I can do about spacing. And that's when I realized I'm going to have to trim them a little more because the pictures would fit fine, but there is a strip of something in between each layer. And if I put a strip down between the bottom layer and the middle layer, it would have covered a lot up. So I needed to trim something down a little bit. So I trim the middle pictures are 2.5 inches tall, and then I believe both the other rows are 2 3/4. So I get those trimmed up and put down, and then I am going to take this green paper, because I want the green to be at the top and the bottom. I originally was going to flip it and have that really pretty paper that you see right there, but then decided when I realized it needed stripes that I would do the stripes in that color, and it brings it all together, and I love it. Okay, so I love this collection. That helps too. I love Iggy Booten. And the last few layouts I've done of Christmas have been stash diving and trying to use old stuff. And because I've now fallen in love with collections, trying to dig through old, and I mean old stash, sometimes can get frustrating. So I just purged a bunch of, excuse me, my Christmassy scrappy stuff, and I'm going to take it somewhere and donate it because I am not going to use it. It's not collections, it's old stuff that I got from Facebook. I bought a container and it had stuff in it. I was paying for the container, and so the stuff that I've already used from this collection from this, stash, was a bonus because I wasn't even paying for that initially, at least to me. So anyway, so now that everything is down, you can see that I had a big gap between the bottom pictures in the second row and the second row and the third row, so that nothing or not a lot would be covered over. You can see those bottom pictures. If I had laid that strip down any further down, it would have covered over my kids and my sister. Ooh, don't tell her I almost called her my mom. She'd be so mad at me. I mean, she's only 2 years older than me. So in the sketch, it has the title down here in the bottom. And I had already decided, which is why I chose to use this collection, that I wanted to title this The Season of Magic, because these are pictures of me and my family and my bestie at the Christmas project at our church, where we help anywhere from, during the pandemic, we did 50. And in other years, we've helped 175, close to 200 families at Christmas time with gifts and food, and used hand-me-down type shopping, free shopping, that they can come in and pick up, as well as goodies, because on the day that we have pickup day, my dear sweet friend who has gone on to be with her maker was always in charge of sorry, I didn't expect that. He was in charge of our goodies, and that middle picture in the middle line is her table full of goodies that everybody donated and brought and made and bought and everything, but she always made that table so special, and made the families who came in feel like they were very welcome to have all the goodies that they wanted and always loved. She had a very special way about her, and so I wanted to make sure that picture got included, because the picture on the left next to that is the clothing area, and it has home goods and toys and books and stuff where families can come in and fill up their bags with stuff from there. And then the far right picture in that middle section are the food and gift boxes that were packed and wrapped and everything, waiting for families to come so that our church members can load up their vehicles, including a big stash of bikes that are right there in the front. So this is one of my most favoritist days of the entire year. So that's the other reason I selected this collection, because some of the word phrases that I've got on here are the things we remember all through our lives: holiday joy, holiday magic, smile for the camera, a time for giving, making memories, in the Christmas spirit, get together. And then down at the bottom between the two pictures of the kids says so freaking cute, because that's my two children. This is 2016, so my son would have been about to turn 8, and he was helping carrying chairs for the families who came in, and my daughter was handing out cookies and hot cocoa. And then my sister and my niece are on here. They were manning the table for people who came, were picking up deliveries. And then my mom, my best friend, and I are up at the top. Of course, my daughter had to photobomb us, but we are the welcome desk. We welcome everybody in. So I had this little puffy that says warms my heart, and I love that. So I decided that I would add that to my title. So I moved the title over to the left a little. So now officially the title could be The Season of Magic Warms My Heart, and or that can just be an extra little something. So I felt like that corner right there next to the title needed something, as well as that little red strip right there where I put the poinsettia. And I normally don't decorate much with poinsettias or poinsettias, however you say it, but I felt like it needed something, and there are poinsettias or poinsettias in the pictures of the snack table that my friend has set up. So anyway, I love the way this turned out. I love the colors. I love this collection. I love these pictures. They warm my heart. They make me so happy. And so I am thrilled with the way this turned out. Oh, I did matte that on that like tan colored star paper. I wanted something that was not red or green so it would stand out a little bit but not be too overpowering. So here are the close-ups. There's my sweet friend and all her yummy goodies. I love that there were the little circles in here, which was the other reason that I picked it, because the sketch called for those little circles on the pictures. So I am super thrilled. I hope that you all have enjoyed this. I apologize if you're tired of Christmas. I'm hoping to be done with it soon. No telling. So I hope you all will go check out the rest of the people who are hopping along with Follow a Sketch February. The link, there will be information below. I hope to see you again soon, and happy scrapping.